Now we can finally get excited about Dragon Ball Daima. Super Saiyan 3 Goku has arrived to lay it all on the line and take down Gomah, who's insanely powerful now that he's using the evil third eye. On top of that, a huge reveal has already leaked. Besides Goku and Vegeta's fusion, we're about to see a brand new, exclusive transformation in Dragon Ball Daima. And it's not just me saying this. The information comes from a professional leaker who's already given us a bunch of accurate leaks about Dragon Ball Daima. Alright, let's break down everything that's happening in this final stretch of the anime. Stay connected in the channel and let's go to the video. This latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima was a roller coaster of emotions. While there were some really cool moments, there were also a few things that fell a bit short, especially when it comes to certain characters. The episode starts with Goku's group and Arinsu's group staring each other down. Goku asks who they are and they start introducing themselves. Bulma notices that these two, Majin Duu and Majin Duu, look a lot like Majin Buu. Piccolo agrees with her. Goku focuses on Majin Duu, who's holding the one-star Dragon Ball, and figures that if he has it, that must mean he managed to defeat the Tamagami. Majin Duu says that actually, he lost, and it was Majin Duu who defeated the Tamagami. Shin decides to step up and starts talking to Arinsu, his sister. Unlike what happened with the Gesu, Shin actually gets along relatively well with Arinsu. I mean, it's not like they're best friends or anything, but at least they have a civil conversation. Shin explains the situation to Arinsu about them being turned into kids. She figures out that they must be after the Dragon Balls to turn back to normal. Shin confirms it and asks her to hand over the Dragon Balls. Arinsu refuses, saying she has a wish to make as well. Shin says he already knows what Arinsu wants. She wants to rule the demon realm, just like the Gesu. Arinsu says she doesn't like being compared to the Gesu because, according to her, he doesn't have the slightest bit of vision. She does want to rule the demon realm, but to make it even stronger and more terrifying, forcing the outside world to kneel before them. Shin says it's a shame that his sister doesn't use her brilliance for good. Arinsu then fully reveals her sinister nature, saying that a peaceful demon realm would be way too boring. Vegeta cuts their conversation short, asking what they're going to do now, and then gets pissed off when Arinsu calls him rude. After that, Arinsu makes her move. She wants one of them to fight one of her Majins. If their fighter wins, she'll give them the Dragon Ball, but if her fighter wins, she gets to keep the other two Dragon Balls. And if they refuse the deal, she'll destroy the one-star Dragon Ball, meaning no one will be able to make a wish. Goku likes the idea and says he's up for the fight. Vegeta cuts him off, wanting to settle it with rock, paper, scissors, and they start arguing. But Bulma settles things quickly, saying it's Goku's turn to fight, and Vegeta ends up obeying. And so Goku steps up. Majin Duu tries to go in, but Arinsu says it's Duu who will fight, and so he steps forward. The fight begins with Majin Duu charging at base Goku, and surprisingly, base Goku manages to fight Majin Duu, even though he can't seem to deal much damage. They exchange some hand-to-hand combat until Goku decides to use the power pole. With the power pole, Goku manages to respond better to Majin Duu's attacks, but he still struggles quite a bit. Goku is able to defend himself well and dodge Majin Duu's attacks, but he can't land any meaningful hits on Duu. So, Goku powers up to Super Saiyan and goes for a more aggressive approach, but Duu holds his own surprisingly well, with the two appearing to be evenly matched. But before they could take the fight any further, Gomah appears and interrupts them. And speaking of this fight between Goku and Duu, I was a bit disappointed. I really thought that when Goku and Majin Duu faced off, it was going to be something better, you know? I expected the fight to be longer, with both of them using more abilities, but that's not exactly what happened. First, I found the animation a bit weird up until the moment Goku transformed into Super Saiyan. Before his transformation, the animation quality was not so good, and after he transformed, while the animation improved, the fight ended way too quickly. I was expecting a battle in the style of Goku and Vegeta versus the Tamagamis, but this was way below that. Way below. I also found it strange that Majin Duu struggled so much against Goku in base form and even against Super Saiyan Goku, considering this guy straight up defeated Tamagami number 1, who should at least be at the level of a Super Saiyan 2. Of course, if the fight had continued, maybe Goku would have needed to use Super Saiyan 2, but I don't know. I feel like the fight ended with him using way too little power. Anyway, to sum it up, Goku vs Majin Duu was a bit of a letdown for me. Well, when Gomah shows up, everyone gets really tense. Arinsu, upon seeing the evil third eye on his forehead, is completely shocked. Neva also becomes extremely frightened when he sees the third eye, and when Pansy asks what it is, he explains that it's a terrifying legendary item that grants its user unparalleled power. Hybis realizes that the eye on Gomah's forehead is the same one that was on his belt, and he's pretty shaken by it. Bulma also notices that the eye looks very similar to what she saw on Hybis' belt, and when she sees that he's no longer wearing the belt, she asks what happened. But Hybis brushes it off, saying that eyes are all the same. Gomah then decides to create a proper battleground, using the third eye's magic to manipulate nearby rocks and form a sort of arena. Vegeta immediately goes on the offensive, attempting to punch Gomah in the face, but Gomah blocks his attack with just a single finger. After that, Gomah counterattacks, and their fight begins, with base form Vegeta already at a disadvantage. Gomah isn't fully in control of his powers yet, so he unintentionally starts destroying the castle and gets a bit annoyed by it. To avoid wrecking the castle, he hurls Vegeta far away. Realizing that Gomah is indeed powerful, Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan. Vegeta goes all out and lands a punch square in Gomah's face, but for Gomah, it's nothing. He sends Vegeta flying like a bag of crap. Seeing how bad things are, Goku calls for everyone to join in. Bulma becomes even more anxious, saying that if Goku is calling for backup, that means things are really serious. Piccolo, Glorio, and Shin all jump into the fight. And the craziest part? Glorio just leaves the Dragon Ball he was holding with Hybis. Like, did nobody think that Arinsu could just send Majin Buu or Majin Duu to take the Dragon Balls? Although it seems like they need Neva's cooperation to make a wish, but still, it's weird how they're just leaving the Dragon Balls unprotected like that. Goku and the others charge at Gomah, but nothing they do seems to have any effect. Gomah doesn't even seem to feel their attacks. At one point, Goku gets hit hard and crashes into a rock, dropping the pouch where he was keeping the special insects. Bulma scolds Arinsu, saying she should be doing something to help. Realizing how serious the situation is, Arinsu orders Majin Buu and Majin Duu to join the fight. After that, the rest of the group goes to watch. Neva approaches Tamagami number 1 and tells him to go help as well. And honestly, that little scene where Neva winks at the Tamagami was pretty funny. Everyone teams up against Gomah, but even while fighting all of them at once, Gomah is still holding his own, since nothing they do can hurt him. And even when everyone joins forces to unleash their most powerful attacks against Gomah, he manages to defend against all of them at the same time and counterattack, injuring them all with an energy barrage. Vegeta and Goku are left badly injured after taking the energy barrage, and Vegeta asks for more of the revival bugs, but Goku realizes he no longer has them. Vegeta seems to pass out, and meanwhile, Goku is captured by Gomah's telekinesis. After capturing Goku with his telekinesis, Gomah fires an attack that would probably have killed him, but Majin Duu and Tamagami number 1 hold back the attack, while Goku, seeing no other choice, finally transforms into Super Saiyan 3. Duu and Tamagami let the attack go through, but this time Goku manages to repel Gomah's attack, making him a bit more serious, and that's how the episode ends. In the preview for the next episode, we see that it will be titled Awakening. The preview is basically clips of Goku's fight against Gomah, where it looks like the two are having a very intense battle. Well, what can I say about this episode? I won't say it was a bad episode, but honestly, I was expecting more. First, as I mentioned before, Goku's fight against Majin Duu was pretty disappointing for me. I really expected a longer and more well-executed battle. In fact, I wouldn't have minded if almost the entire episode focused on this fight, with Gomah only showing up at the end. Besides that, the animation left a lot to be desired in the base Goku vs Majin Duu fight, and the only moment where the animation actually looked good, when Goku used Super Saiyan, ended way too quickly. On top of that, The power scaling in the fight didn't make much sense to me. I find it really strange that base Goku gave Duu such a hard time, considering everything we had seen so far in terms of power levels. Overall, Goku vs Majin Duu was very disappointing to me. But let me know what you think. Did Goku's fight against Majin Duu satisfy you or not? Tell me if you agree or disagree with me. Another thing that disappointed me a bit in this episode was Arinsu's role. I was really expecting more from her. Arinsu's actions were way too simple. She just challenged them for the Dragon Balls and that was it. And after Gomah showed up, instead of taking advantage of the distraction to have Duu and Ku steal the Dragon Balls, she didn't do anything. I get it, Gomah is powerful and needs to be stopped, but did Arinsu not think that maybe she could become stronger by using the Dragon Balls? Or that she could make some other wish that would benefit her? Maybe the Demon Realm's Dragon Balls have a lot of limitations, especially regarding Gomah, who is insanely powerful now, but Arinsu shouldn't know any of that. She probably believes the Dragon Balls can do anything, so it would have made sense for her to at least try to use them to win. It also seems like she would need Neva to use the Dragon Balls, since he knows the Namekian language, but Arinsu doesn't know that either. Another thing that's bothering me is that Arinsu seems to have completely ignored Glorio as a minion instead of using him to get the Dragon Balls somehow. I don't know, her just forgetting about the Dragon Balls didn't sit well with me. It all felt way too simplistic, which is weird coming from a character as intelligent and scheming as her, but maybe in the next episode she'll actually do something, so let's wait and see. As for Gomah, he's basically turned into another generic villain, just a big muscular guy with overwhelming power who's basically a battle tank. The only difference is that Gomah is still maintaining a bit of his comedic tone, but that's not necessarily a good thing, because instead of being intimidating or imposing, he just feels like a generic brute who isn't scary or respectable. In my opinion, it's the worst of both worlds. The animation improved a lot in the fight against Gomah, but since he doesn't really come across as a threatening villain, the fight felt kind of hollow. Let's see if that gets better in the next episode. And one thing that really annoyed me is Goku and Vegeta's stubbornness in not using their full power. Like, why the hell did Goku and Vegeta, even after seeing how powerful Gomah is, still not go straight to Super Saiyan 3? Like, Vegeta used Super Saiyan 3 against the Tamagami, so why didn't he do the same against Gomah even after seeing that he was way stronger? Again, these guys seem to prefer dying over using their full power. There's just so much weird stuff in this anime. But now, let's talk about the next episode, where things are supposed to really get good. In the preview, we didn't see much, just Super Saiyan 3 Goku exchanging a few blows with Gomah. But what's really interesting is the title of the next episode, Awakening. And this title suggests that we're about to witness something really exciting in the next episode. But what could it be? Well, Geekdom, a major leaker who has had many of his Dragon Ball Daima leaks confirmed, said that episode 18 of the anime will feature some major fan service. But what exactly is this fan service going to be? Based on this reply, Geekdom gave to a comment, "It looks like we're about to see a new transformation in the next episode of Dragon Ball Daima." Take a look at how he responds to this comment talking about a new transformation. He replies in a really excited and suggestive way. And guys, this is a source we can trust, since a lot of the leaks he shared about Dragon Ball Daima have ended up being true, as confirmed by the anime itself. On top of that, in this promotional material for Dragon Ball Daima, there's a character being hidden, and it said that this character is coming soon. So that means we're either getting a brand new character in Dragon Ball Daima, or a character that's already in the anime is about to get a new transformation. Guys, Super Saiyan 3 isn't new to Gomah. He's seen Goku's fights against the different versions of Majin Buu, meaning he already knows about Super Saiyan 3, which is why he wasn't surprised at all when he saw the transformation. He just got a little more serious, as he knows that this form isn't a joke. What I'm trying to say is that Gomah is definitely prepared for Super Saiyan 3, and he'll most likely be able to overcome it. We also know that there's going to be a fusion in this anime, since the joint bugs weren't introduced for no reason. So it's almost certain that Goku and Vegeta will fuse to defeat Gomah, bringing in this new character. But Geekdom's response suggests that a new transformation is also coming. So what's it going to be? A new character or a new transformation? I think it's both. Look, I'm almost sure that Goku and Vegeta are going to fuse. But this new fusion could also have a brand new exclusive transformation. First, we know that fusions can access transformations that the original characters don't have. For example, Gotenks can go Super Saiyan 3, even though Goten and Trunks never learned it individually. So Goku and Vegeta's fusion could end up achieving a transformation beyond Super Saiyan 3, even if that form is their individual limit. And let's not forget that these join bugs have never been used in the series before, so maybe this fusion could have some kind of unique trait that gives them a new form or appearance. Could it be Super Saiyan 4? Now that would be the ultimate fan service. Anyway, drop a comment on what you thought of this episode and whether you're hyped for the next one. This episode was a bit disappointing for me, but at least it was better than the last one. And I think the next one has everything it needs to be even better than this one. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who's a Dragon Ball fan. See you next time, guys. I'm out.